All right, let's talk about a command line mystery that I guarantee has stumped every single one of us at some point. File permissions. You know what I'm talking about? That invisible wall that just stops you cold with a permission denied error. But what if you could actually control who gets past that wall? Well, today we're going to dive in and demystify the one command that gives you all the keys, chmod. Oh yeah, this screen. This looks familiar, doesn't it? That dreaded permission denied. It is so frustrating. You know the file is right there, you can see it, but the system just slams the door in your face. Have you ever actually stopped to wonder what's going on under the hood when this message pops up? Because it's not a bug, it's a feature, and we're going to figure it out. So picture this. Every single file and folder on your entire system has this invisible little sign hanging on it. And this sign has a really specific set of rules written down saying who's allowed to do what, who can look inside, who can actually make changes, and who can run it. That's the whole idea of file permissions. It's basically your computer's own built-in security guard. Okay, so if permissions are the signs, how do you change what they say? Well, that's where chmod comes in. It's short for change mode, and it's the command that lets you be the one to write on the signs. It gives you the power to tell the system exactly who gets access and what kind of access they get. It's the key that puts you in control of your files.
And at its heart, the system is actually beautifully simple. It really just boils down to three basic permissions. You've got R for read, which lets you see what's inside a file. You've got W for write, which lets you change it or even delete it. And then you have X for execute. Now, for a program, that means you can run it. But for a folder, well, execute has a very special secret meaning that we're going to get to in just a minute.
So when you want to use chmod, you've really got two main paths you can take. Over on the left, we've got what I call the easy words way, which uses letters and symbols that are super descriptive. And on the right, you've got the secret numbers way. It's this powerful shortcut that you'll see pros use all the time. Both get you to the exact same place, just, using different routes.
Let's start with the easy words method. This one is just fantastic when you're starting out, because what you type is so close to what you actually mean in plain English. It's all about adding permissions with a plus sign and taking them away with a minus sign.
So let's say you just wrote a brilliant script, and now you need to make it runnable. Well, you'd use the plus sign to add a permission. Typing chmod plus x myscript.sh is basically you telling the system, hey, for this file right here, please add the execute permission. Simple as that. The plus sign gives, and now your script is a program you can actually run.
Now, what if you want to go the other way? What if you want to make a file more private? Well, that's where the minus sign comes in. It takes away permissions. So in this command, go-rw means for the group, and for others, I want you to take away the read and write permissions. And just like that, the file is now only readable and writable by you, the owner. It's a fantastic way to lock down your sensitive info. All right, so you've got the hang of the letters and symbols. Now let's check out the pro way, the numbers method. I know. It might look a little cryptic at first glance, but once you crack this code, it is an incredibly fast way to set all the permissions you want in one single shot. Think of this as our secret decoder ring. In this number system, every permission has a value. Read is 4, write is 2, and execute is 1. That's it. Those are the only three numbers you need to remember, and they are the building blocks for every single permission setting you can imagine. So how do you combine them? It's so simple. You just add the numbers. If you want someone to be able to read, that's a 4, and write, that's a 2, you just add them up to get 6. What if you want read 4 and execute? 1, that's 5. And if you want all three permissions, well, 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. It's just simple addition.
Let's see it in action. When you type chmod 644, you're setting permissions for 3 different groups all at once. The first number is for you, the owner. The second is for the group, and the third is for everyone else, or others. So, 644 means the owner gets a 6, which is read and write. The group gets a 4, read only, and others get a 4, also read only. See? In one quick command, you've set a complete and very specific rule.
Okay, so we've covered the 2 ways to change the signs on our files, but there is one incredibly common trap that catches almost everyone when they're starting out, and it all comes back to that X permission and what it really means for a directory. So let's go all the way back to our original problem. You can see what's in a folder with the ls command, right? That means you have read permission. But then, when you try to cd into that directory, bam, permission denied. How is that possible? How can you see into a room but not be allowed to walk through the door? And here it is, the big secret. For a directory, the execute permission doesn't mean run the directory. It means enter it or traverse it. Without that X permission, the door to the folder is locked shut, even if the walls are made of glass and you can see everything inside. Hey, but don't just take my word for it. You should try this yourself. Find a folder you don't mind messing with for a second, like your pictures folder, and just type chmod -x and the folder name. That's it. You just remove the execute permission. Now try to cd into it. You'll see that permission denied error pop right up, even though all your files are still perfectly safe inside. And when you're done, just add it back with chmod +x.
So there you have it. You now know the two main ways to change permissions with chmod, and you know the big secret of the execute bit for directories. You can now confidently control who reads, who writes, and who enters your files and folders. But this kind of raises a new question, doesn't it?
We've been talking a lot about the owner and the group, but who are they? How does the system even decide who owns a file in the first place, and how can you change that? You've mastered changing the mode, but next time we're going to explore how to change the owner with a command called chown. Thanks for joining me.